How does a guy go from sitting 84 and redshirting at a D2 to topping 95 and getting a scholarship at a Division I in just 2.5 years? I'm Craig Stem, performance coach at Tread Athletics, here today to talk to you about Seth Edgerton. Let's get into it. So Seth signed up in December of 2022. That is the middle of his true freshman season at Division II Belmont Abbey. At this time, he was averaging 84 miles an hour, topping 87, and his stated goal on his intake form was to sit 87, 89, and top 90. Now that should be pretty easy. So I went ahead and got into the assessment stuff to see how we could help Seth out. Now Seth was going to redshirt this season, which makes me really excited because we can purely focus on his development. The first thing I always do is take a look at his mechanics, and when I looked at Seth's mechanics, there is a whole lot going wrong here. You can see that he gets stuck in a whole lot of places. Very, very stuck on this back leg here. The back heel's coming up off the ground. We see a really stabby arm action with a sharp redirection, with a very shallow flip here. Direction's pretty poor. Basically, there's just a lot of things here that need to get cleaned up. On the mobility side, Seth is pretty tight, pretty much all around. In our assessment, we take a look at a whole bunch of different areas, and all the areas that you need to throw hard, Seth was exceptionally tight in. So it's really important to get him an awesome mobility routine, and we did that right away. In the weight room, he was exactly what you would expect from a true college freshman, fairly underdeveloped, bench press around 135 pounds, deadlift around 300 pounds, and vertical jump around 25 inches. Lots of room to grow there. So in his first year, he made huge gains all over the place. He got his goal of hitting 90 miles an hour in May. That's just 5 months into his programming. He had a strong summer ball showing and continued progressing. By August, he was sitting 90 miles an hour and topping 91.4. Going into his redshirt freshman year, I felt really, really good about where Seth was at. He had a decent fall. His velocities continued to trend up. He continued to improve his strength, but as a redshirt freshman, he still only got some limited opportunities. He struggled with consistency, so didn't get as many opportunities as he wanted. That didn't deter Seth from working his rear end off in the weight room and continuing to get gains. He ended up hitting a new PR of 92.3 indoors in the middle of that season. With the lack of innings he got in his school season, he decided to go play some summer ball in the Coastal Plains League and had an awesome summer, setting himself up for an excellent redshirt sophomore year. Going into the spring season in his redshirt sophomore year, he still had not earned a defined role on his team. He didn't pitch the first week of the season, and his first outing came in a 20-2 blowout. Eventually, an injury opens up a spot for Seth, and he gets an opportunity to start for his team. He had some really good starts, he had some rough ones, but he continued to trend up the entire season and got more and more consistent, which all culminated in a very, very strong finish. Down the stretch, Seth ended the season with 20 innings pitched, only allowed 17 hits and 3 earned runs. That's a 1.35 ERA with 17 strikeouts and just 8 walks. Overall, this shows how much of a better pitcher Seth has become in a very, very short span, and he had a ton of confidence going into the summer. So by this point, Seth has made huge leaps in all of the areas he needed to. His mobility has really improved. His strength numbers are off the charts. His bench went up 100 pounds. His trap bar deadlift went up 150 pounds. He improved his vertical jump by 10 inches. And then he had some big mechanical gains as well. When we look at this 92 that he threw at Tread, you can already see a ton of mechanical improvements. We see a much better hinge on the back leg here. And then the biggest thing is this arm is a lot deeper and ready to get pulled through aggressively. So that's going to raise his velo floor a ton, and we should see the ceiling go up relatively soon. So at the end of this season, Seth decides he wants to enter the transfer portal showcase and see if he can get to a D1 school. Obviously, anytime you are going to showcase your stuff for 40 plus coaches, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. So leading up to Seth, when we talked about the strategies for the showcase, I just reminded him, hey man, these are college coaches. College coaches want to see you throw strikes and compete in the zone. Don't worry about the velo. Just go out there and get every single hitter out as quickly as you can. All that being said, he still hit a new indoor PR of 92.8 miles an hour in that session. We were live streaming the Transfer Portal Showcase, and one of the teams that was watching was the University of New Mexico, who made Seth an offer that very night. Seth jumped on that and committed to New Mexico, and now he's got an opportunity to be a major contributor at a D1 that really, really wants him there. I'm super excited to see where Seth takes this. I think this story is a testament to what consistent hard work can do when you have a structured program. When I asked Seth what he thought the biggest reason for his gains was, he said that having a structured throwing program, a structured lifting program, and a structured mobility routine helped him maintain steady gains. Because you might notice in this story, there's no big aha moment where Seth just turned a corner. It was just a consistent climb because he always got his work in. He was a guy that worked too hard sometimes. I had to tell him to stay out of the weight room. You don't need to be in there for 2.5 hours. But that's just how bad Seth wanted it. And this can show you exactly what you can do if you commit to a program and stick with it over a long period of time. That's the story of Seth Edgerton so far. I'm excited to see where he goes from here. If you're a true freshman and want to make gains like Seth, click the link below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.